Hey everybody, it's Angela Molson352, and I just have a quick layout that I'm going to do. And this one only took me about a half an hour. It was pretty fast. And I have this old K & Company paper, and I'm going to use one sheet of that map paper that you saw, and then I'm going to use the other sheet of map paper to mat my photos because the back kind of coordinated with the front, so it just worked well to do that. These pictures are of me and a friend of mine from high school. Actually, we met in junior high, and I went and visited her. She lives in Washington, D.C. now, and so it was the first time I got to go to Washington, D.C. And these are old pictures, so it's been a while. I have to look up the date yet to see exactly when I visited her, but it was a big adventure to go there, but I only had these two little photos, and they were with a camera that was, a film camera before there were digital cameras, and so I only had two photos because, you don't waste a photo. And so I found this old postcard of Washington, D.C. at a junk store last weekend, and I thought, that's just perfect to put with these two photos to kind of beef it up a little bit because, I just had the two and they're not very good quality or anything. So I got the postcard, and now I'm going to map my photos also on the green because the pattern paper of the first mat was just getting lost in the pattern of my background paper. So I pulled out that green, and I'm just going to put a thin line of that, and that should make it not get lost on that background paper. And I'm going to put them on an angle, kind of matching the angle of that greetings from, and on the upper left, and the postcard on the bottom right are at an angle. And so there I've got them matted, and I just want the Capitol building to stand out on one side, and then I'm going to put the picture of me and my friend and her two kids on the bottom. And I'm going to do my journaling over on the postcard that's pre-printed on the paper. So I pulled out a bunch of stuff. I have these travel project life cards, the Becky Higgins cards, but a lot of them are for road trip, and we weren't really in a car or anything. I mean, we drove into DC from Virginia, so but there was that one card that had the United States on it, so I pulled that out. And then I have these word stickers from the Travel Girl word stickers, so I wind up using quite a few of those. Those are by October Afternoon. And so I'm deciding I like that angle, and I'm not going to put many more layers because I want the background paper to kind of shine through. So I don't want to cover up too much of it. So I guess that's why the layout went together so quickly, is just because there's not a lot of layering going on here. And I debated whether or not to permanently adhere that or to put photo corners on it, because it is an old postcard. It was postmarked 1940. So I kind of went back and forth. So I wound up just tacking it down a little bit in the end. I just put a little bit of adhesive right there in the middle, so it should pop off pretty easily. If it, for some reason, me or somebody else wants to remove it because it's worth tons of money because it's an antique and they want to take it off of there. I don't know. So anyhow, now I decided I would go ahead and do my title, and I want it to be greetings from, and then Washington, D.C. So I'm going through all my letter stickers, and Washington's kind of a long word, so I wanted to go with these smaller sassafras stickers to spell out Washington, and then I wanted D.C. in a larger font. So at this point, I haven't really committed on to what letter stickers I'm going to use for DC. So I'm putting those down on just a leftover piece of backing paper from my Zots, so that way I can move it all around. And then I'm going to decide which letter stickers I want to use for the DC. So I'm looking at some gray thickers, some brown. There's some aqua in there. Got some green corrugated ones. Those ones. And I go back and forth, but the colors just don't seem right. So I pull out this Studio Calico travel sticker sheet, and it has a black font on it. And so I go ahead with those. And they're not super sticky, so they didn't even want to stay on that backing sheet. And then I was looking through the rest of those stickers to see if there was something I wanted to use on that, because I do want to add some more interest with some small layers and things like that, but I just didn't want to use any more big paper layers. So I'm moving around. I'm thinking I'm going to put it right there in the middle, but it's just getting lost. You can't even see it there. So I decide not to do that. But if I put it on the bottom of the photo, the whole word wouldn't fit in the grass there. So I decide to just put it across the top of the sky. And I start with my tallest letter first, so that it would kind of be lined up at the top. And then work from that. And hopefully this video will be better quality. I'm testing out a new video camera, and so we'll see when I get this done and I look at it if the quality's any better. You guys will have to let me know if you can see what I'm doing better, if you think it's better than my other ones. So anyhow, that's going to be my title, Greetings from Washington, D.C. And then I'm looking at these Travel Girl stickers, trying to find something else on there that would work. I kind of like this Explore sticker, but I'm not too sure about it. So I'm still looking, and I like those little word labels on there. And I think it says like tourist, I don't know, like world traveler and adventure or something like that. So I just put 3 of those on there. And then I like this little tab to bring some of that other color over and over the postcard a little bit. And then I look on there for some more. And then I decide, since I have the east coast of the map still exposed, I'd go ahead and put a star or a geotag. I think I take this little triangular geotag from the Studio Calico labels and put it in there, just pointing down to Washington, D.C. And then I take this Travel Girl sticker and just put my big adventure and kind of point to it. And then I found this Amy Tangerine sticker book. And I'm just kind of looking through it because it has a lot of different sentiments in it. So it can be used for a lot of different things. I wasn't too sure at first, but I found a couple things that would work. I just wanted to fill that gap in this between those 2 photos right there. So I just put that sticker that says These Moments. Then I have to find a couple more things to kind of fill that in. I didn't want that dead space left there. It just looked a little awkward. So I find that Explore sticker again. And I pull it up, decide to put that on there. And now I have just that little tiny square there. And so I thought, that globe will fit over the top. And I decide to pop the globe up on some pop dots, just to give a little added dimension, because I don't have a ton of dimension here yet. It's mostly just, well, it's all just stickers and paper. So putting that up on pop dots worked really well and kind of covered that little square and tied them all together. And then I look through my stickers again, I believe. Not sure if I add anything else or not. I'm thinking about adding another one of these circles. But it just doesn't quite look right. I think I put it down at one point, and then I take it back up. Yep, I pull it back up. It's like, no, I don't like it there. No, there, no, there, no, over here. No, forget it. So I think at that point I realized, I just really don't need anything more on there. It tells my story, and I'm going to call it done. I mean, you don't have to have a whole bunch of stuff on there to have a good layout and to tell a story. So I just went and got a black Sharpie since I already had the DC in black there. I went with that. I just put our names down on the Project Life card, and then I did my journaling right on the postcard on the background paper. And that is pretty much the whole layout. So like I said, it was pretty quick. It only took me about a half an hour, and I was glad to be able to use that vintage postcard and to be able to tell an older story, travel story that I hadn't scrapbooked at all. So I have a couple more photos from like the Smithsonian and stuff like that I want to document as well. So this was a good start for me, and I'm looking at it and I'm like, I think I'm done. So anyhow, I hope you guys like this video better. I hope that the lighting and the quality of the video is better. So just leave me any comments you may have below, and thank you so much for watching.